So you want to do working holiday in Australia when the pandemic is over and we all can travel again? Well, you should definitely watch this video because I've done working holiday in Australia before the pandemic, and let's just say I didn't know what would come my way. Welcome to a new video. So yeah, if you watched my videos the past couple of months, you would know that I was actually planning to go to Australia on a working holiday visa, which I did, and yeah, worked there for 1 year. Well, if you guys seen my videos, you would know that I'm back in Germany right now. There were many reasons for why I did it, why I came back, and why I kind of failed my working holiday. Most of that was out of my control, I guess, but yeah, in this video I just want to explain to you guys why I failed this working holiday, and definitely what you guys should yeah, consider or know before you actually go to Australia. This is actually the second part of this kind of series, of my working holiday series. So the first part was when I told you guys, well, I'm going back, I left Australia, and yeah, in this video I just want to tell you the reasons, the main reasons why that working holiday didn't work out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So guys, before I start, I need to explain something. When I came to Australia, it was November. I first started going on a road trip, which I'm now very happy I did. Because if I would have left the country without ever seeing more to it than just Sydney, I would be like a bit disappointed, especially because it was the second time in Australia for me. When I came back to Sydney, it was December, and for me, Sydney was the place I wanted to live. There was no other city, and even though I've seen a lot of beautiful cities and beautiful places in Australia, Sydney is still the place I would want to live, you know. Not Melbourne, not Brisbane. Sydney is the best place for me. Like, I just love this place. Another thing I have to explain to you guys is that at first, like, my plan when I came to Australia was to work in administration. The main reason for that was because I have a lot of experience in administration in Germany. I have 2 apprenticeships. One is as an industrial manageress, which is kind of like office work, and then I have an apprenticeship as a bilingual assistant, which is yeah, basically you study English and Spanish. And I have 2 very great, very good apprenticeships, also a lot of experience in different jobs, assistant and also in sales jobs. And I would say I have a pretty good CV when you look at that. And I also got all of my certificates from German into English translated, so that Australian employers would know that I have all of this, you know, experience and stuff like that. So the thing is that with working holiday, you only have that 6 months restriction where you can work at an employer for only 6 months. So if you want to work in administration, the best thing you can do is to go to a temping agency, which yeah, is perfect for short-term work, you know. And when you research that on the internet, administration jobs as a working holiday holder in Australia, they say if you have experience, if you know the language pretty well, it's easy to find a job. And I think it might be, but there are several reasons why this didn't work out for me. So when I came back to Sydney, I first started to getting my tax number, obviously, which I got within a week, and then I applied for jobs. I got an interview pretty fast, I think 1 week after I applied for a job at a temping agency, and I had a pretty good feeling. But the thing is that it was December, it was holiday season, and I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but of course before holiday season you don't get a job. It's the same in every country, I think. It's the same in Germany, and it's probably the same in Australia. So yeah, they said, hey, not before Christmas, but probably beginning of January, mid of January, you hear from us and get job offers. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna use this time that I have to wait until I get like interviews and stuff, or like get real job offers, to apply for more jobs. So I applied at a lot of temping agencies. I think I've applied for every single temping agency there was in Sydney. So I was going on Seek. I applied for a bunch of jobs, every administration job there was. So I have to say I applied for like receptionist jobs and assistant jobs, not particularly for sales, which I also have experience in, just because I think it's easier as someone who is from overseas, not a native speaker, and also with a 6 months restriction, to get a job as an assistant or as a receptionist. Which was the case because most of these job offers were for receptionist, assistant, and stuff like that. So yeah, then there was another problem. When I first researched with the administration jobs, how are my chances, I was obviously, before I went to Australia, I was like researching job offers. What do they have to offer for working holiday holders? And at the time, I think that was last year in April or something like that, or February, I don't know. When you looked at that job offers online, they were, and at the end of it, they were always saying like, working holiday holders are welcome to apply. So I got the picture, like, yeah, I got the picture that it would be easy to get a job like that because there were obviously many job offers for that. But well, the reality at the time when I was there looked a bit different. So when I went on Seek, I scrolled down on the job offer. Most of the time it was saying Australian residents or Australian citizens only. So working holiday holders couldn't apply. When there was a job that would say working holiday holders are welcome to apply, and I applied for that, most of the time when you would go to the interview, there were 50 other people applying for that same job, having an interview for that one job. So you would see that there were so many other people that applied for jobs, so we wouldn't have a chance to stand out because, like, you know, 50 people. And another reason, which was not only the holiday season and blah blah blah, was that yeah, it was summertime, and during summer Australian students, Australian citizen students, have their summer break, meaning they can work full-time. For example, if you apply for a job at Coles, they prefer Australian citizens because, first of all, they have no restriction, no working restriction. Student visa holders, for example, from overseas, for, I don't know, Brazil, I don't know, wherever, they have that 20-hour restriction. And working holiday holders have that 6 month restriction. Of course, working holiday holders can work full-time like the Australian citizens, but they prefer Australian citizens as their employees. At least that's what I got the impression of in during summer. And I gotta say that after, you know, not getting that much feedback when I applied for administration jobs, I started applying for retail jobs, data entry jobs, Starbucks, McDonald's, Coles, Woolworths, Aldi, everything. I applied for a bunch of, like, you know, normal backpacker jobs where you don't have to have experience, at least that's what I thought. And you know, where everyone is telling you, when you hear about Working Holiday Australia, it's so easy to get a job. It's so easy. You apply, you print out your CV, hand it over, and you got the job. Get an interview, you get the job. Well, the reality is different. When I applied for the retail jobs, me and Lucia printed out first of all her CV and then mine, and we went to the shops, for example, I don't know, Cotton On, H&M, stuff like that, Sephora, and they were saying, yeah, well, we can't accept your CV, apply online. When you apply then online, they say no to your application. I don't know what it was, if it was the timing, but it was either that because we were working holiday holders, or and we're like Australian residents, or I don't know. I don't even know. So yeah, that was one thing. And I think another reason, I mean, I don't know, but at the time there were the fires and the Australian economy wasn't that strong. It started to slow a bit down back then even. And then I remember when we came back from Bali, during our Bali trip, the wonderful coronavirus started to spread. I'm going to show you.
China virus spread.
Oh, nice. Nice. China virus spread. Sydney was completely empty. You could feel the fear of the coronavirus just because there were so many Chinese citizens in, especially in Sydney or in Australia, and that because of China was so close, I could feel the fear even back then. And that was like at the end of January, beginning of February. Yeah, so I think that was also another reason why I didn't get a job, maybe because the economy started to slow down a bit. I mean, right now the entire world's economy is gonna be fucked up, but yeah, that's another reason. And yeah, so we started, before we went to Bali, we actually would have gotten a job for farming, and we actually started considering, just because we were so desperate to get a farming job, to go fruit picking. So I'm also going to explain that in my blog post, which will be up tomorrow when you see this video on Monday. I'm going to link it down below when it's up. But well, the thing is, why we didn't do fruit picking is, first of all, the fruit picking that we would have done, or that we would have got to do, would be orange picking. So I have to say I'm allergic to oranges. So at that time I was still literally considering doing it, even though I had that, I'm allergic to it, I knew that. But I think I wouldn't have lasted a week, because when I, near orange trees, my eyes start crying and my nose is running, and the longer I'm close to an orange tree, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so another reason why, like, for example, my parents and also my friends, they said don't do it, because if you research fruit picking, and it's hard, it's pretty hard, especially as a girl. I think like guys are a bit tougher when it comes to this, but like, it's fucking hard. And you have to climb up a tree, have your basket in a bag, and then put the oranges in, and you get paid pretty badly, like seriously super badly, and get used and stuff like that. And the main reasons why backpackers are doing fruit picking is to get their second year visa. We didn't want our second year visa. We both had like different plans, so we would only do that just to have a job and not go home, or we didn't get a job. But the thing is, you can't even save money from that. Everything you get, you pay either for your hostel, or it's like, I don't know, for anything other, like food and stuff like that. So you can't really save anything, and that job was pretty badly paid. So I'm glad we didn't do that, because I think we would both be destroyed after 88 days of plumber. So I guess I told you guys everything I wanted to tell you about like the reason why my working holiday didn't work out. Like I've mentioned before, I also have a blog post that's gonna come out tomorrow, which will explain to you guys what I would do differently or what were my mistakes that I did. I will link it down below because I cannot put everything into this video. I've talked way too long for now anyways. But yeah, so if you are considering doing a working holiday in Australia, please go in winter and not in summer. And yeah, research a lot because there are a lot of things people don't tell you, and it's not that easy to do working holiday. Maybe I wasn't lucky. I mean, and in the end, I'm glad I wasn't lucky. I said that in my previous video before, in my quarantine vlog, but everything happens for a reason. And right now I know the reason is that, first of all, it protected me being stuck in Australia with the virus right now. So yeah, everything happens for a reason, and I think I'm so lucky right now in this crisis to have a secure job. And yeah, maybe that was not meant to be for me, and I'm okay with that. You know, that's life. But yeah, just wanted to do this video to explain to you guys why this all didn't work out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one, and until then, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.
Kick it, rendezvous, make some time for me and you, get you over, treat you right.